Hello there, Freestyle, and welcome to my backyard. It's a great place for me to try and escape my inner anxieties. When I was in my sophomore year of high school, I took an AP Composition and Literature course. It was the first class I had after lunch every day, and every day I remember feeling just kind of terrified. And you might hear that and think, terrified of books? Which, no. I might have been a slow reader, but that wasn't the main issue here. I was terrified of social interactions with a certain group of really nice people. One day I decided to do the math to try and justify my anxiety, create a sort of rationale for the irrationality. The resulting ratio was 25% male, 75% female, which is not a great ratio for my anxiety. The class might have had some positives in a broad sense, but I couldn't focus on any of that. My thought process was more along the lines of, "Are you sweating? Your sweat has become so inexcusably obvious. Why was she whispering to her friend while looking directly at me? That seems like a major red flag. She probably just said, he looks like he came from a casual swim in the ocean with all that sweat. The time has come to abort everything and turn invisible. Now. Problem. You have no idea how to turn invisible." That seems like a pretty big oversight with this plan. Another thing about my AP Comp English class that made me overjoyed exactly never was the Socrates Worship Death Circles, praised be Lord Socrates. And that's not their official name, but it seems to me a lot more accurate than Socratic seminars. For the Socrates Worship Death Circles, they'd have 3 rings, and the center ring would just be a bunch of desks crammed together. And it is my understanding that this structure was meant to replicate the Roman Colosseum, in which spectators watched victims get eaten alive by lions for entertainment. Praised be Lord Socrates. Now, I'm not sure if you can tell, but my legs are horrendously ill-prepared for the classroom setting under normal circumstances. These long, bony legs don't really fit into those cage-like contraptions they call desks. Now, once you've taken those already fun-sized chairs and brought them claustrophobically close, we're all crammed in there knee to knee, shoulder to shoulder, and smelling each other's deodorant, or lack thereof for a portion of that 25%, all while trying to have an academic discussion. Now, this is far more intimate than what I would have imagined for an academic conversation. My theory is that the full-knee contact is part of a seance ritual that the AP system uses to send the mortification of teenagers upwards to their messiah Socrates, which is why I worry that if I don't praise their Lord on a regular basis, I'll be stricken down by a bolt of righteous academic lightning, and I'll probably explode into a bunch of numbers or something. But if I must be the victim of a scholarly explosion, it'd be my preference that I be scattered in the form of Kurt Vonnegut novels. So it goes. One time I even remember talking to a classmate who told me she was hoping to be so dehydrated that she could pass out and skip out on the whole Socrates Worship Death Circle ordeal. Now that's a decent strategy. What I would imagine being the optimal strategy is to just point out the window and say, "Look, it's a bird." And then when everyone looks over there, run and jump through the window and be like, "Nope, it was just me," and then you escape to freedom. And now that I think about it, that classmate was probably one of my favorite people to talk to in that class, and I was always the most nervous to talk to her. Humans are weird. Fun tangent about the word mortification. Did you know it originally just meant to die or to cause death? As in, Bobby was mortified and hence dropped dead. I learned about that on a podcast thanks to John Green in the Anthropocene Reviewed. Nowadays I'm using mortification to talk about my anxiety, which is the death of all peace and tranquility inside of my head noodle. Language is weird. I don't regret taking that AP Comp class though. It might have been mortifying and given a part of my soul to the AP system like a Horcrux, but I was resurrected from that mortification every day. And I'm still ambling about like the awkward zombie that I am, and now with improved social stamina. Fun fact, did you know that Socrates was sentenced to death for radicalizing the youth, and then willingly drank poison? What a guy. I feel like it'd be more accurate to say nowadays that he's radically under-enthusing the youth on a regular basis while stealing their soul. We have a Sparky cameo? What? Guess not. My humor influences for this project were Jenny Lawson and Mike Birbiglia. Even though one's an author and the other's a stand-up comedian, they use a lot of similar strategies like anecdotes and witty remarks. They also use a lot of black humor to discuss their own personal traumas from their life. And I was particularly inspired by Jenny Lawson, who uses a lot of creative exaggeration in her memoirs. So thanks for watching, Freestyle. Bye.